Here we go. On a grizzly grey Saturday on voting day in Perth, I ended up at Beyond Odessey ready for me tournament. We walk in the gates, breath baited, ready to do battle with fantastic armies and talk and indulge with wonderful people and fucking true kings of the hobby. We go past the gates and witness the setup and the tables, and for all they are just really well kitted out. Tables are 1 to 9, just well painted, well set up. Freaking everything's all spaced, a little bit of variety, stuff moved to the side. Freaking lava fields, snow fields, jungle fields, desert fields. Bloody battle ruins seems to be the trick of the day. Snowfields, the desert field, and the one table that I was really excited to play for, open paddock. I don't care how nobody wants to play open paddock. I wanted to play on this one so badly. Just the fact that you could just sit there and not worry about anything and just shoot. But 'twas not to be. The tables were set, the game is ready. And this was my first game. It was against the Blood Angels. He had a couple of, what are they called, Scorpiuses. So I spread my boys out wide and far to try to avoid getting tanked by bloody Scorpiuses. Luckily for me, he had set them up right up at the very back line. So they didn't have the range to come in and get me, getting my whole army. But it didn't really matter in the long run because all of his dudes were either in that Spartan or jetpacks. So turn 2, I whittled them down and I stopped the tank from moving, I think. I can't quite remember. Started to move up to try and grab an objective. But as you can see, they're already in my face, and there it is. Turn 3 and 4. I've got next to nothing left. He's freaking waddled up the board and just smacked me in the face with a bloody chainsword, with a bloody thunderhammer. He's freaking kicked me in the dick with a power boot. And yeah, this last chap here, what a magnificent final stand against a pack of Inducti. But there's no way I'm surviving against them Terminators. This was my second game against Dark Angels. This was this fella's, I think, second game with Horus Heresy. And he did really, really well. I can't even say I legitimately won. It felt like I stole victory from him through points. But we were going through. He was learning the game, learning bits and bobs. This army was just amazingly painted. I'm running out of adjectives to describe various bits and pieces. It was good. It was really good. Fully painted both sides. We were trading dice left, right and centre. And my real bit of luck came when I did that and stole initiative and then immobilised that tank with nothing to shoot at. But yeah, then that happened and I won round of combat and I had nothing left. I got mobbed, I got killed, I got squished. And somehow I just managed to pull it off because I killed more units than him. This was the abominable Imperial Fist list. 3 units of troops who had a 4+ invuln, a 4+ full no pain, and a re-roll on both, and sat on objectives and peppered each other with shots. And his dreadnoughts just rolled up and did all the shooting damage while he sat immobile, immovable, and indestructible on objectives. It was a marvellous game. Tom's Imperial Fists, re-rolling 4+ full no pains and 4+ invulns. Absolutely horrendous in battle, and I lost horribly to them. They were magnificent. This was a really interesting army. He used third-party models for all his tanks for his Imperial Guard with these leggy things. And God, jeez, I tell you what, it didn't half take your breath away to look at them. Everything had the same theme, and I know for a fact he can paint them up a trick. You might recognise him from the last tournament. He's obviously expanded his army by a huge amount, and I think they fucking look amazing. Next up here was the Sisters of Silence and Custodes. I never got actually around to playing these, but I think they look... Have a look at these things. What are they? They look like that bullet from Super Mario Kart, and Custodes always look bloody great when they're painted up. And, yeah, Sisters of Silence apparently are anti-psycho, and the Custodes are anti-everything else. This is a really tied together looking piece, looking army. I didn't get to fight it. I didn't even see how they went in the rankings, but geez, it looks nice. This appears to be Christian's Ultramarines. I'm really cannot describe how vibrant blue this colour is. The camera doesn't picture it. The camera doesn't capture it. The light doesn't capture it. But if you were to pick one of these things up, it's glaring. It is the brightest pastel blue you have ever seen. And he spent a whole heap of time just getting the 3 colours on his army for this event. Fulgrim transfigured, way! I mean, Emperor's Children army, and by Christ, don't they look amazing? There were 2 Emperor's Children armies here at this game, and yeah, these were just breathtaking. The only Primarch I think that was on the table during the entire tournament, but yeah, they both 2 very different ways of painting pink. And they were very nice to look at, very tidy. So you can tell they'd spent a lot of time with these, and they were just really nice. And Fulgrim Transfigured did not disappoint. Next up were these absolutely amazing World Eaters. Now this chap had come all the way over from England, and he'd brought his army, so it was a real treat to see. It was just a real treat to see. He'd somehow managed to paint these demons to look transparent. It looked like they'd been painted like coloured transparent orange and yellow plastic, and I just couldn't believe how he'd done it. It was so nice to look at. It was sharp, it was freaking tangy. These bloody things were just amazing to freaking look at. Here we have little Ronnie's Iron Warriors. I think he was playing Loyalist this time. But yeah, if he'd gone against Iron Warriors normal Iron Warriors, they would have eaten him alive with all those tanks. And yeah, there they all are, sitting behind the bloody fortifications, freaking just minding their own business, looking fucking magnificent, top to bottom. Well done, Alpha Legion. Now this army was one after my own heart. It was all infantry. It was all infantry. Someone had sat there and painted freaking like 30, 40, I think it was maybe 80 single Mark 6s and variations, all infantry. Oh, so happy to see somebody else has the same approach to Horus Heresy as me and just loves men's over tanks. I mean, look at it. Look at that spread. Fantastic. These were the Blood Angels that I played first off and got absolutely handed me my ass. A shooting army against a close combat army with transport and jetpacks, just no competition. These things just walked over me. List-wise, very superior to what I was putting on the table. Plane, and I can do it right. Tanks, 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 tanks. What a huge amount of artillery. Oh my goodness. These are Ty's Thousand Suns. He got the plane out, he got the Xiphon out, he got the 2, oh God, what are they called? Predators? Punishers. 2 Punisher variant Sicarans. And yeah, glossy and gold, just like Sons of Magnus should be. Really pretty, really tidy and well-based army. Yeah, just nice. And Ty was nice enough to lend me some photos for the picture video we're doing later. These, I think, are Rob's Empress Children. Look at the blending he's done on this pink to dark. Doesn't that look just stunning? It is so bright. It is so clean, so crisp, and just very tidy. He's got like the little sound guns on the Castaferrum there, and it is, I'll get a close-up on these ones. Just look at them. They're, he's moulded them out of lots of little bits and pieces. These are the Dark Angels. These won the painting for the entire game. I played this fella second, only just beat him, but he told me at this competition, this was only like his second or third game, not tournament, game, and he came away with the painting, and by Christ, he truly deserved it. If you can see close up to the way he blended this gold to actually make it shine, it's really nice to look at. It's just really, really nice. So yeah, well done on the win for the painting, bud. And this is my abomination, because I just like troops. I like inducti. I like them so much I got 4 of them. 2 plasmas, 2 flamers, 2 melters. I like tacticals. I like them so much I got 2 of them. Full bricks are 20. The missile launchers, in case there's planes, I couldn't have a full squad, so 6 will have to do.